Def Noodles has continued to embarrass himself constantly to the point of where I'm honestly conflicted on whether or not I should talk about him. I probably will take a break from talking about him regardless for at least like a good month, because I don't like to talk about the same people over and over, and I just made a video about him like a week or so ago, but he's just, I don't know what it is with him, but he just keeps doing stuff that is just so ridiculous and just so off the wall. So a while back, Destiny went after Optimus and just for no reason really just tried to get attention basically. And he also tried to get him to come to his roast show. And I know why now. Looking at it, there was like maybe 10 people in attendance, which is crazy looking back how he was saying that it was going to be this cool event and everything. It was just bad. I barely watched it, honestly. I skimmed through it. It was bad, just pure, plain and simple. It wasn't funny. I went through his comments and even they were making fun of him. So that tells you how much his fans enjoyed this. I'm telling you, man, there's so few of these YouTubers that are comedians, or there's such a big difference between comedy YouTubers and YouTubers that are comedians that are YouTubers. Comedy YouTubers are just kind of bad. Like, I mean, look at Ethan Klein now, look at Def Noodles, look at honestly a lot of people that aren't just coming to mind right now, but I'm sure if I really sat down and thought about it, I come up with a ton more. They just force being funny, and you can kind of tell that same kind of thing is happening with Def Noodles at this comedy show. He's just forcing all these jokes. He's really coming to this thing now where he's just like always trying to tell like the next sex joke, and it's just so awkward. It's so weird. It's like if you were like a normal adult and then you went to like a sixth grader's like math class and just sat in the back and listened to them talk. That's like the level of jokes that is being told right there. And maybe sixth grade is being too generous. Maybe we're talking elementary school level jokes here. It's just so bad. I'm gonna play a little bit of the show, right? And the clip's a little long, but I just want to showcase the awkwardness of it. Skip to this timestamp if you just get tired of the clip.
Hey Siri, who's heads? Who's tails? What do you want? Heads. Heads. Okay. Hey Siri, flip a coin. No, I don't understand really. Hey Siri, flip a coin. It's tails. You were heads. Okay. You first, Adam. Take it away.
All right, man. Okay, my boy Hunter, dude. My boy Hunter, he's so big the fucking zipper on his fly's not even open right now, dude. What up, man?
Optimus did himself a big favor by not going, because it was just so bad. And also you kind of lose the mystique of like, oh, what does this person look like? That's really interesting. Face reveal. You kind of lose that interest when everyone knows what your face looks like. It's just how the game goes. There literally was no reason for Optimus to even go in the first place. Like, I don't know why Def Noodles expected him to show up. It was really weird, but Optimus saw the show and made fun of him, which pretty much everybody did, and it was interesting. I didn't even know that the show was going to be this early. I had talked about it before, but I didn't know that it was coming right up. I don't know how he expected to book Optimus so short notice, but whatever. Honestly, just shows his desperation. He's like, oh, we've sold 5 tickets. Oh man, we gotta get somebody. I mean, how do you have over 500,000 people subscribed to you and you get a show with like 10 people? Like, I showed you the crowd already. There's not a lot of people there. It really just shows his downward spiral, I guess, because you would think that if you have that many fans or people that are like genuinely into you and that are subscribed to you, like, you would think that they would care enough to show up and see what you're doing, but I guess not. Anyway, so Moist Critical, Penguinz0, whatever you want to call him, made a video about how bad the show was, made fun of it, nothing super out there. But Def Noodles just really wants to jump into drama so much. He's one of those people that just can't thrive in peace. He can't just sit by himself and enjoy his day. He has to go out there and be the center of attention. So what does he do? He responds, because he has to respond, because that's just the way his brain functions. And it was bad. Penguinz0 made a response that was really good. It was really calm and really chill, just explaining the entire situation, which was a great contrast to how Dennis was in his video.
So government officials could just rush into my building mid-show and have me immediately sent to the gulags for even attempting to do something of the sort. That is not the enough punishment for me. Honestly,
I think the only appropriate response to the video that I chose to freely publish on the internet is death. I should go educate myself at the end of the barrel of a loaded shotgun. After all, the taste of bullets is the only thing that can truly educate a person.
And trust me, he talked like that for the entire video. It was so bad. I don't know why my voice sounded like that. I don't know if that'll come through in the final cut. But anyway, it was just so bad. I don't know why he thought that he just needed to carry on this whole satirical thing for the entire video. Like, the best satire is satire where half the people realize that it's satire and they can laugh at it, and the other half are angry and they don't realize it's satire and they're like, oh, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, that's good satire. You're parodying enough to where you look stupid enough to where people are like, oh, okay, this is obviously not real. But there's also that element of people being like, oh, this is one of the worst things ever. I have to say something about it. People have gone off the deep end. And here you're just being aggressively overboard for no reason. Just so over dramatic. It's so bad. So bad. I genuinely don't know if like people like this on the internet like have friends who like watch their stuff or have like genuine human interactions outside of YouTube, because this YouTube stuff isn't hard. And what Dennis does, where he just talks in front of a camera for like 15 minutes, edits it down to like 11, and then puts little pictures up on the screen. Trust me, I do the same thing with gameplay. It doesn't take that long. Okay, there's stuff that you can do outside where you interact with other people, and I feel like people like this really just need outside interaction to where they realize, this is cringy. Why am I saying these things? Why am I talking like this is the worst thing ever? I should be locked up in jail. Like, you have to know, you need friends around you that actually interact with like socially is what I'm trying to get across here. I don't know what Def Noodles was thinking making the show in the first place. And by the way, the reason that the show got him banned off of Twitch, he said it was because of some joke, but it was because allegedly one of his co-hosts yelled the F slur. The comedy show was too long for me to go all the way through. You know, normally I do my due diligence, but you know, there's a difference between watching like 40 minutes of like Sneeko where he's just yelling and doing dumb stuff, and listening to like an hour and a half or something of awkward Def Noodles talking. Like, at least the Sneeko stuff is like entertainingly dumb. The Def Noodles stuff is just boring me to death. I can't do it. All right, it's just so bad. I'll link it though, so that anybody who wants to see it can see it. I genuinely think I'm funnier than Def Noodles, like really, right? And I don't tell jokes really. I might say like one or two throughout a video, maybe, and especially not if it's like a serious thing. But I really think I'm funnier than him, only because he's just not funny at all. It'd be like, it's like being funnier than like a brown chair, like a plain brown chair. It's not really that hard. It's not a bragging right, you know. All right, that wraps up the entire situation. I'll link all the videos that I talked about so that you can go and look at them for yourself. Thank you all for watching. I really and truly appreciate it. Goodbye.